What up, though, Yalis? Just finished watching the last episode of Daima. Bittersweet, indeed. At the end, I guess they kind of left it open to where maybe they could take them back there in the future. And then I guess I'll get to why I think that and explain that a little bit. But so the episode starts off, obviously, Goku Super Saiyan 4. There's not even an intro or anything. They kind of just get into it. He starts laying it on Goma. I mean, he's getting the best of Goma easily for sure. Obviously, Goma has to rely on the power of the third eye to kind of rebound, get stuff back. So they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Next thing you know, Goma puts them in like this different dimension looking thing. Then Goku charges up, and then he has this like white outline around him. Just starts like whooping on Goma pretty bad. Goku charges up even more. Kind of looks like a Super Saiyan outline outside of the white that he still has going on. And then he's charging up a Kamehameha. Goma, then obviously seeing that, it's like, okay, I got to get my blast going too, charges his up. And leading up to this point, this is by far the best fight scene in Daima. By far, this is probably better than any fight scene in Super. Maybe. There might be a hot take, but obviously this is recency bias. I'll say yes, just for the sake of things. One of the best fights in Dragon Ball history, honestly. It was just really good. But so yeah, they're doing their blasts. Goku fires his off, Goma fires his off. Obviously Goku's takes over, puts a hole through Goma, and then it just continues through the second and the third demon world. Like it just blasts a hole through all the worlds, essentially like creating a new wind tunnel through all the worlds. When that kind of settles, Goma is obviously like caught off guard. He has a hole through him. Then this is when Piccolo decides to take the chance, and because in the previous episode, or even the it might have been the previous episode, the previous or in 18, they said, oh, to knock out the third eye, you got to hit him in the back of the head 3 times. So Piccolo sees this as the perfect opportunity to do that. Goes 1, 2, goes for the third combo. Goma just slaps him away, kind of realizing what he was doing. So that sucks. Then after Piccolo kind of fails at that, he's regenerating that part of his body. Everybody starts to like come at him, and then he creates this field around him with the third eye, obviously, to protect him from while he recharges. So when he's done recharging, he's like, yeah, feeling himself. Next thing you know, Ku comes out of nowhere with the book from Arinsu, bangs him in the head 3 times with the book, pops out the eye, and that kind of ends the battle. Super dope to see Ku come out in the end, because obviously, based on Do and Ku fighting, Do was the one that kind of had the upper hand, being able to beat the Tamagami. I was going to say Tamagotchi, but beating the Tamagami. So it was really cool to see Ku get that shine too. So after they like corral Goma, they throw Goma and Degasu into like into one of those things that who was it? Babidi or Majin Buu was sealed in. They had what's her name? Marba. They had Marba seal them up, put them away. She was like, "Oh, like y'all got a garden, y'all got games in there, you'll be good." But yeah, just sealed them away for the nonsense they caused. Then obviously they're all like celebrating Ku, like, "Oh, you did it, dude! You did it, dude!" Celebrating Goku, like, "Oh, y'all did it, y'all did it!" Obviously, Vegeta's like doing his little thing, but everybody for the most part was congratulating them. And the question gets brought up, like, who's gonna be the new Supreme Demon King? And then Supreme Kai's like, "Oh, it should be you, Arinsu." And then she's like, I don't know, I don't know. Then Neva comes out of nowhere. He's like, well, technically, whoever beats the king is the first in line to be the new king. So everybody starts to look at Ku like, what? It's about to be Ku? And he was like, I'll do it. Let's get it. And then he nominates, or not nominates, but makes Orensu his vice supreme demon king. Then he makes it's kind of a long list of people. Then he makes Do, Neva, Glorio, King Kadan, Ponzi's dad, and Marba ministers. So essentially, like just part of his cabinet. And then he goes up to the Z fighters like, "Hey, y'all want to be ministers too? Who wants to be a minister?" And Goku like raises his hand, and then he's like, "Nah, we're about to leave." And then so Ku's like, "Okay, okay." He turns around. He's like, "Anybody else want to be ministers?" And then here go Hype, his silly ass, raising his hand like, "Me." So then Ku's like, "All right, that's that." Like I couldn't really tell if he ignored him in that moment or was like, "Okay, you're a minister too." Essentially, we got all our people. So after that happens, they go back to the third world. Everybody's kind of saying goodbyes. Ponzi gives Bulma that material that she was missing from Earth to kind of get the plane going. Um, Supreme Kai was talking to Majin Ku and Majin Du. They were like giving Supreme Kai cookies to take for the trip back, and so everybody's saying goodbye. Ponzi and Glorio are gonna fly him back home. So they take off or whatever, and then as they're taking off, Ku's like, "Hey y'all, if things ever get hairy again down here, please save us." So that's why at the start of the video I was like, "Oh, I guess they kind of left the door open for them to come back." And then as they're flying away, it kind of plays like the ending credits, and they have like pictures on the side. It's showing everybody in adult form again and them happy. It even shows Degasu and Goma in the I'll just call it an urn in their trapped place. Like they're playing games. Goma's all bored. Like um, then it ends again, or that ends, and then it goes back to them in the ship. Goku asks Glorio to take them back to where they got those bugs because he said the Zenzu beans are running out. So they get to this shop. Um, Bulma picks up like this pretty looking thing. It turns out it's like a bug, obviously, because that's what they're there for, to buy these bugs. And then the lady tells her, or she freaks out because it's a bug. Then the lady's like, "Oh no, like these bugs have real good powers or whatever." Or like can do these different things. She starts rattling things off, and then she mentions one that makes you look 10 years younger. So obviously, Bulma's like, "Need that?" She's like, "I'll take them all." And then Ponzi's going through looking at stuff, and then finds this jar, like blows on it because it's mad dusty. And then there's two third eyes just sitting in the jar, and she's like, "Are these the?" She says a technical name, and then the lady was like, "Yeah, I used to have three. Somebody bought one a long, long time ago." She's like, "If I'll give you a discount if you want one," and that's kind of where it ends. So very fun ending. Great fight at the beginning. I know I had the hot take of the last episode where I was like, "This is the worst episode of Diamond yet." I still stand on that. Um, More than likely going to be recording a video with one of the homies to kind of break it down and kind of have his rebuttal to me because he was texting me some stuff and I got his point of view, but I'm standing firm on my take for sure still. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna say a great finish to a great series. Sad that it's ending or ended. Um, I would like to see another season if possible in the future. I mean, obviously it's not going to be the near future, but in the future sometime, I would love for them to incorporate the demon world again one day. I guess what we have to look forward to next is Super. Also, I haven't been keeping up with what you call Sparking Zero, but I've noticed that they have a lot of new forms in there from Daima, so I might even get into that this upcoming week and see what's new and kind of try to get back into the swing and things of that. But Besides that, y'all, look forward to a breakdown of the entirety of the series. Gonna do one of those, not necessarily a breakdown, but kind of like how I felt about the series in general, kind of get into more specifics. And gonna try to get in with some homies so that we can have some dialogue about it as well. But make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Dragon Ball love, y'all. Peace.